welcome back to my channel. I've just finished watching the Masters of the Universe cartoon, the new one, Revelations. I thought I'd give some of my thoughts. Now, I wanted to finish watching them, put these out before I go and look at the other guys' thoughts in Pedro and Lee the Nerd Geezer. I didn't want to kind of look at what they said and then kind of maybe me be completely opposite or me go against some of the stuff they said. So I thought, well, I watched the episodes. It's only 5 episodes. They're 25 minutes long each, and then give my off the shelf thoughts on it. Really. So it started off the opening credits. I really enjoyed. I liked the way that they used the old comic book style art in the opening credits. And I must. I really do enjoy it. Before I carry on though, there will be spoilers in this, so if you've not seen it, turn off now. That is turn off now. I will give you another warning, turn off now, because there will be some spoilers. So, let's move into a bit more of the story. Now, I know for a fact that some people are going to be pissed off that He-Man was killed off early. He was effectively made null and void in the show. I mean, it's hard with 5 episodes to know where it is going to go. So yeah, He-Man and Skeletor are seemingly killed off. But for me, that was the whole point of it. He-Man is the hero of that world, and what he does is makes that ultimate hero sacrifice. If he didn't make that ultimate hero sacrifice, he would no longer be the hero of that world, or his legacy wouldn't see him be a hero. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be annoyed about Teela becoming the main focal hero in it. Honestly, I couldn't give a fuck. If it was enjoyable to watch and she is the main hero, then fine. But for me, even though she is shown as kind of the main hero, the undertone of each episode at the beginning shows her as being an equal with He-Man rather than her being better than him and him being better than her, etc. Which I think is more going to be the tone for the rest of it. So let's start with some pros and some cons, and then I'll give my final thoughts on it. It's not going to be a long video, this. I quite like the animation. I thought it was done well enough. I liked the contrast that they used between the kind of the focal person at the front and the background being a bit more muted, a bit more subdued. It kind of made that person, when they were saying things, stand out a bit more. Another pro is they've actually done something with He-Man. The last time we had anything with He-Man was 9 years ago. Since 9 years ago, it's been sat on a shelf doing fuck all, apart from them stupid adverts on TV. It's positive that they're trying to bring He-Man back and trying to introduce newer people to it. Not a lot of people, watching it might have been born in 1983 when the first show. I mean, I was born in 83. I didn't see it till much later, maybe 89, 90 when I started seeing it. I enjoy the voice acting as well. I have no issues with Mark Hamill as Skeletor at all. I think he plays the role quite well. He does sound very much like the Joker, but I still think he plays the role quite well. I also think that the music fits really well with it. It's the style of the cartoon, the modern kind of rocky metal tunes that are underneath it fit well with it. It doesn't have to be the same as the 80s cartoon. Even if they were to pull, even if you go to the 2002 one, the music and everything underlying that isn't the same as the 80s cartoon. It doesn't have to be the same to keep the same essence of He-Man, or keep the same essence of Masters of the Universe. And I enjoyed the ending. However, there is a con with that as well. So let's move on to the cons, and I'll tie the ending part back in. The story seems very, very rushed. you seem to go straight into the action without providing any real backstory to Adam, to Teela, to Man at Arms, to Orko, Cringer. You do get a bit more of the backstory as you go through, but you never really get the true backstory of Adam and how he became to be in possession of the power of Eternia, power of Grayskull. It would have been nice for the episodes to be potentially a bit longer so that they could put more flesh on the bones for the story. And that really is my second con. The storyline is weak, and it needed to be a longer set of episodes. Now, to tie in with the con of the last part about me enjoying the ending, I hate the fact that they're going to be doing this in multiple parts. There's no real need for them to do this in multiple parts. You know, I imagine that it was commissioned for X amount of episodes. X amount of episodes will have been made, but they've taken the decision to split it into 2 seasons. I get that they need the content, but just give it us all at once and let us watch the entirety of it. If the entirety of it, because I know before I watched kind of Lee and Pedro's, I think they're gonna not like the way that the story focuses more on Teela, and you know, I think if we're given the entirety of it and it's all about Teela, then I maybe I understand, because He-Man is the master of the universe, isn't he? Whenever you say masters of the universe, you always associate it with He-Man. However, if the second part of this series leads on to He-Man being the ultimate hero, then I think that redeems that first part, which is why I think it should have been all given to us all at once. Now, I'm not saying that's how it's gonna go. It potentially isn't, but potentially it is, or potentially it's gonna end up with Adam and Teela becoming king and queen. Who knows? Becoming an item and sharing the power and becoming, equal. Who knows? But that's pretty much it. My ultimate thoughts is I went into it treating it as a completely separate entity from the 1980s cartoon and even 2002 cartoon, and a separate entity from the film, which was a completely separate entity on its own. I enjoyed elements of it, but for the most part, it's probably a bit meh. It's not great, but not brilliant. I kind of sit in the middle of it at the minute. Hopefully, the second part of it, or however many parts they're going to split it into, makes it better. And that's pretty much it. I would not discourage people from watching it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it. If you've got free time, go and watch it. If not, pick it up when you can. And yeah, that's my opinions. All that's left for me to do is thank you for watching. I have been the Ink Northerner. I'll catch you on the next one.